Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Max AC channel. For this month, since we are once again in the Lenten season this year, I thought we could continue our theme of making Lenten food and do another round of Meatless March, where we'll be making 5 more recipes that are as delicious as they are meatless. For our last week's episode, we will be making some Cioppino. For this recipe, you will need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 shallots, 1 large onion, 1 large fennel, 4 cloves of garlic, some red chili flakes, 1 bay leaf, 1 sprig of fresh thyme, or a quarter teaspoon of dried, 1 sprig of fresh oregano, or a quarter teaspoon dried, 2 to 6 ounces of tomato paste, a cup or so of white wine, or if you're avoiding alcohol this Lent, you can substitute with white grape juice or apple juice to add some sweetness, or you can use seafood or vegetable stock to emphasize the savory flavors. You will also need 2 cups of clam juice, 3 to 4 tomatoes, some salt and pepper, and some fresh or frozen seafood, such as 1 to 2 pounds each of clams, mussels, shrimp, squid, Dungeness crab or other crab, and or some cod, halibut, or other firm whitefish. You will also need 3 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons or so of fresh parsley for garnish, and some crusty bread for serving. This will make about 4 to 6 servings, so just as needed. First, if you're using frozen seafood, make sure to defrost anything you need by defrosting it overnight in the fridge, or by running it under some room temperature water until it fully defrosts. While we wait for our seafood to be ready, we'll prepare our other ingredients. So for your fennel, cut off the stalks, setting them aside for later, and then slice this into thin slices like an onion. Speaking of, for the shallots and onions, chop these into thin small slices as well. And for your garlic, mince this up as well. Then you may peel and chop your tomatoes into pieces at this time also, or wait a little bit to do it while waiting for things to warm up to save some time. Once your vegetables are ready, in a large pot or Dutch oven, heat up the olive oil over medium heat, then add in the chopped shallots, onions, fennel, and some salt, and saute this for 5 to 10 minutes until they soften. Then add in the garlic, chili flakes, fennel stalks, bay leaf, thyme, and oregano, and saute this for another 2 to 3 minutes until fragrant. Then add in the tomato paste and stir this until everything is incorporated, and then lightly season this with some salt and pepper. Adding the seafood later will flavor the soup with natural saltiness, so err on the side of less salty for now. Then add the white wine or substitutes and clam juice, then bring this to a simmer and cook for about 5 minutes until the liquid has reduced some. Then add in the chopped tomatoes, smushing them up a bit with a wooden spoon, and then cover the pot, leaving a bit of a gap to let steam escape, and simmer this over low heat for 20 minutes. Once your soup is ready, remove the lid and add in the mussels and clams. Stir them around to fully cover them with the liquid, then cover the pot again and let them cook for about 5 minutes, or until they start to open if they haven't been cooked yet. Then add in the shrimp, squid, and crab, and give this another toss, then lay the fish fillets on top, dicing into pieces beforehand if desired, without mixing these in, since the fish is a bit more delicate. Add some seasoning to the fish if needed, and then cover and cook for another 3 to 5 minutes or until the shrimp and fish are fully cooked and opaque. Then once that's done, turn off the heat and stir in the butter until it fully melts, removing any clams or mussels that you see that haven't opened, as well as any herbs that haven't broken down if desired. Give the broth a taste and add more salt and pepper if needed. Then sprinkle with parsley and serve immediately with some crusty bread on the side for dipping if desired. And with that, your Cioppino is ready to eat. When I first heard of this dish, much like our previous seafood recipe, I had thought that this was some sort of fancy European soup. But not only is it not fancy, it's not even European. Cioppino finds its origins in San Francisco during the 1800s, where Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese fishermen combined whatever they caught that day with fresh tomatoes as well as other herbs in a wine sauce, creating a filling stew for the whole family or crew. Then, as the Italian immigrants in the city by the bay grew in numbers and started establishing restaurants by the coast, the popularity of this dish, as well as seafood in general, grew as well. And so this once humble dish became the expensive stew that it is today. But thankfully, by making this dish at home, you can enjoy this tomato seafood stew without having to shell out a ton of money. Of course, with this dish being from San Francisco, the seafood used is typically a mixture of all the fresh seafood that you can obtain off the coast of the Pacific. But of course, when you make your own, you can use whatever seafood you can find, even if it is frozen. This dish is really adaptable to wherever you are in the world, and if there's specific ingredients you don't like or do, you can adjust the amounts to your liking when you throw them into the stew. Speaking of which, if you plan on having leftovers, I would recommend storing the seafood separately from the stew, since when you reheat it, the seafood might overcook in the tomato mixture. But like with all soups and stews, letting it rest will amplify the flavors, so you will be able to enjoy an even more intensely seafoody, tomatoey broth, along with your delicious crusty bread. Just make sure to stir in some water if needed if the stew is too thick after marinating in the fridge, and then add back in the cooked seafood to warm it back up. And if you want to be extra fancy like with our previous clam chowder recipe, you can serve your Cioppino in a sourdough bread bowl, which I highly recommend doing, as the stew will soak into the bread and create a delicious all-in-one bite with the flavors of the stew and sourdough. And I just really love the novelty of eating a bowl as you eat your soup. But of course, you can just serve the bread on the side to achieve a similar flavor pairing. Any bread should work, but with this originating from San Francisco, it's no wonder that this stew is usually paired with sourdough, which is what I recommend as well. But regardless of if you serve it in a bread bowl or have some bread on the side, this hearty tomato seafood stew will be a great way to enjoy a meat-free meal, customizing the ingredients to your preferences, making a delicious dish during Lent or any other time of the year. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. In the comments below, let me know how it went if you decided to make it, and let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything you want me to make next. Like the video, share with your friends and family, and subscribe to this channel for more episodes of the Max AC channel. And remember, if you want to stay cool in the kitchen, turn your AC to the max to watch the Max AC channel. Chop these into thin, small slices as well. Mmm.